All right, here's the tutorial on system of inequalities. It's very similar to what we've been doing, system of equations, and just building off of linear inequalities is really what we're going to be doing. A lot of similarities with shading. All we're going to do is just add one more inequality to it. So let's just get to this and work through a couple of these, and I can show you what I mean. All right, I look at these two. They're already in slope-intercept form. I just want to make sure I pay attention to my symbols. So I just want to start off, let's graph the first one. Y is less than 1/2 x plus 2. And let's just start, well, what we know, we start with the y-intercept. I'm going to plot that. And it's 1/2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. And from here I go down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. Well, in this case, I know that this is going to be a dotted line because there's no equal sign underneath there. So I just kind of dot my line through somewhat straight. As I go down, so here I go 1, 2, it would be out here somewhere, and up here somewhere. Now, for the second one, I'm going to change colors here. Because the second one, it's already in slope-intercept form. I just want to go ahead and graph it. So I know my y-intercept is going to be -1. I'm going to mark that. Start there. Go up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Same thing going down. And from there, now I can actually make my line. And on this one, because it has an equal sign under it, I can make this somewhat kind of neat. And now I have my lines graphed. But now I'm not finished. My lines are graphed, but how in the world do I know where to shade? Well, I have to look. It's the same thing as what we've done before. All I'm going to do is test my solutions, because I know that I have two different lines, and I have different areas that kind of satisfy this equation, and some of the areas would satisfy this one. But what I'm looking for with system is I have to find the area that satisfies both equations. So for example, let me choose, I'm going to say -1, 1. That would be kind of right here. Let's see if this would be the area that I would work. So I'll say, okay, -1, 1. Substitute everything in. I have 1 is going to be less than 1/2 times 1 plus 2. For my other one, I'm going to have 1 is less than or equal to 2 times 1 minus 1. 1 is less than, it'd be 1/2 plus 2. And if I get 1/2 plus 2, 1 is going to be less than 2.5. That's true. But does that mean that I shade this in? Not yet. Let's check and see if this one works. So here I have 1 is going to be less than or equal to 2 minus 1. Well, here, if I say that, if I look here, actually I found a mistake that I made in the first one. I should have put -1 there because it is, my x value is a -1. So that makes this a little bit different. 1 is less than -2 minus 1. 1 is going to be less than or equal to -3. That's not true. So this area, this whole area is out. Cannot be part of the solution. What I'm going to do, let's go ahead and check another spot. Let me erase this. So in this case, now I'm going to choose a different one. Let's choose, let's say, for this area here, let's choose 2, 1. So So let's just say 2, 1. And that would talk about this area right here. So I know I have to say 1 is going to be less than 1/2 times 2 plus 2, or 1 is going to be less than or equal to 1/2 2 plus 2. Oh, mistake here. Mistake. Wrong equation. Catch myself making all kinds of mistakes here. Y is going to, or not y. Goodness. All right. 1. Let's try this again. 1 is less than or equal to 2 times 2 minus 1. There we go. So 1 is less than 1/2 of 2 is 1 plus 2. 1 is definitely less than 3. Okay, 1 is going to be less than or equal to 2 times 2 is 4 minus 1 is 3. So in this case, as far as the shading, it's all going to be right in here between these lines. Because I know if that will work, then anything between here will work. It's very similar to your linear inequalities, what we were doing before. Same principle. And again, if you have questions through this, just go ahead and write them down. That way in class tomorrow, we're really going to work with these a lot more. I just wanted to give you a quick tutorial so you can kind of see what we're working with. All right, so what I'm going to do, let me skip over. This is the same thing here. It's already in slope-intercept form for you. Let me skip over to one that's not. So what do we have to do? Same kind of thing. I have to take it. It's in standard form, so I have to put it into slope-intercept form. X minus y is less than -3. So there I know I've got to get it by itself. Subtract x. Negative y is less than negative x minus 3. Can't combine that. Divide. Y is going to be greater than x, because of negative, plus 3. And then on the last one, that's going to be my actual first one. So what I'm going to do, let me go over here and write that. Y greater than x plus 3. That way I can get rid of all of this in just a minute. Then I have, let me change colors, 4x plus y is greater than -2. Again, I have to change it from standard to slope-intercept form. Minus 4x leaves me y is going to be greater than -4x minus 2. Now it's going to make things a whole lot easier from here. So now from here, all I have to do is graph it. Let me do that first. Let's graph. Let's go graph the first one. Y is greater than x plus 3. Go to my 3. That's my y-intercept. Always start there. Go up 1 over 1. My slope. And that's the first one. Now, looking at it, you notice it has, there's no equal sign, so it's going to be dotted. They're actually both going to be dotted here. When I graph the second one, I have y is greater than -4x minus 2. Got to start here at -2. It's my y-intercept. Now I go up 4 and over 1. My slope being -4 over 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me count that again. Make sure I'm right. 1, 2, yeah, 2, 3. Oh, and it's going to be 2, 3 be here, and about right here. We'll we'll say, but in the way that connects, again, it's going to be dotted, which I am horrible at drawing dotted lines. So on here now, I've got to figure out where's going to be my solutions. So in this case, as I look at it, let me do this one, because I want to be able to continue this on all the way out. Let's check and see if there's as I look and see this whole area. It's a huge area, so I like to try those areas first. A lot of times they end up being a whole lot easier when you do that. But let's just try it. So I'm going to pick my coordinate pair. Oh, 0, 0 is in that one, so I can do that. So I'd have 0 is greater than 0 plus 3. Is 0 greater than 3? I don't think so. This whole area is definitely out. So let's check this right here in this area, little area right here, work our way around. So now I say I have 0, 4. Let's use that coordinate pair because that's one that's in this little area here, 0, 4. So I have 4 is going to be greater than 0 plus 3. Well, 4 is greater than 3. And then for the second one, I have 4 is going to be greater than negative 4 times 0 minus 2. 4 is greater than negative 2. Both of them work. So this area right here is the area that's going to be shaded as solutions for both of them. Again, for the shaded area on systems of inequalities, it has to satisfy both equations, not just one of them. Because as you work the rest of them out, you'll get it to work. It'll satisfy one or the other, but it won't satisfy both. Now I want you to try to work this one. I am going to leave this one, and I'm going to kind of leave you hanging, but I want you to work this one out, and in class, we will work this out tomorrow because I want to see what you come up with. Write any questions that you have down. And before we do that, actually I want you to pause this here in just a second, and then you can come back to it. I do want to show you on a calculator how to do this and be able to actually check yourself and get to the graphs. So actually what I think I will do, I will wait till tomorrow in class to show you that too. That way you don't have that at home to do. So if you want to work back through this, listen to any part of it, work this one out. I want you to work it out, graph it, and just see what you come up with, and see what we match in class tomorrow.